any policies aye campaign ebe kan ne
Kufo
mampani dada John Ajikum Kufo enti obi a oye neutral because you're floating voters awo
absolutely
omo pese omo tenenka na enne se obuso obi oye neutral a ana ye floating voter woka president wato aba ma no a wanu ne ho a among president aye nyina no mampani Kufo no mebodi di
yeah
enti aye right se enne the MPP will use that trump card to endorse the presidential candidate.
Now what say?
Because we are me I am telling you, Mister Ne, senka konya oho. And I say, Mampenida Dakufo, within this period, nka party no per candidate bia, committee me that break 8. Kakonya oho so come for be mrediwa. Eh, Mampenida Dakufo, come the nebeba.
Oh yes. No two ways.
I am telling you, Mr. Evans, ene or a candidate and come out on ka enye din. You expect that say nipa no omoma no an opportunity ne say otiase onwuye nyame adom o ahoden except that when you challenge kakra you expect that omunya ono to omunya no no monkofa ho ame campaign it is right say ombeko say papa you say Ghana for poasem and na cry MPP for cry mampani nana do dan kwakufa about the policies aba but the subo policy ye da subo ebo din ebo project we our sentimentemo di trampoa and if we need someone to endorse our candidate what ne beba
absolutely
and like you said you don't expect Mampenida Dakufo to come out and say even if all issues are you expect him to come out in front of microphone and also in front of cameras. No, be catch you say candidates there the name say no. And even that, share they say and there say ubisa Mampenida da John Mahama about Mampenida Kufo. There's no way I'll be to my pass community bia.
Debbie.
Commenter. Said there. Dela Edem
No, John and Yeda.
And you see, and then in your course, people called me that now come someone trouble. But because of that comment now, or my yaba Mampenida Kufo obi say me two car, me say fuel aqua trouble, na me nyama aqua trouble. And so in that case, it means that you are doing more harm to your political party and the policies than good with this comment. In Germans, it's unfortunate. Like you said, me who Sami Jemfi ne write up. Or we can say as a party. Ombe who damage a deal we be cause to womo. Inti ombe try to
no, I know sir John
distance
will never be happy
from it.
John Dramani Mahama will never be happy about
but this. Going forward, Obia be it MPP communicator, NDC communicator, know when and how Obe make a comment, Obe pass a comment be about a personality, about a project, about a policy. No one way ya. No do me ja maso nyina because eja no maso nyina. I am telling you that the MPP is gaining with this comment. They are gaining.
Oh yeah.
I had course. Minya course. Say John media nan kabi kra kam se mko troba sa de la ni sem no keka no. Say na oza no pon buti comment.
It take different dimensions.
But Evans, all
right. So we take, but and purely politics, and sports, and Blackstars.
Me I done a power.
Hey, Andy Kerm. Me sport journalist. You see, nipa mi ensana mitiomo. Pepe Suarez. Yes. Me ka Pepe Suarez are on a lead team ne waha. So Pepe Suarez. And the Kerm, Bright can come board. Asa.
Okay.
Yeah. And they know. Because Andy on what radio so I'm sending a message.
Okay.
So he knows me no. Anopano. So that's here. But Blackstars and I become Blackstars on one
me technical
and a month for Babusa say a dintinanka abato.
And that's
elections.
Declare state of
emergency. But the TN is a John. When him say, "Dear Onya independent, the man Ghana." Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Also that division goes beyond Ghana. Now Ohweso be United Africa. Na one tool or adopt to push an agenda near football. And he started with the Blackstars. When he said the first CAF Champions League final, Ghana had your ball. And no wonder,
they support it. Man you,
yes.
Nama support it House of Folk.
Aye.
Maybe
Maybe the House of Folk.
Blackstars no.
Maybe the house the decline. 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 Has the decline sana local teams na
be one month in dia said here Krura with the Bonidina and
ohene
o say kotoko no na man problem
kodona na kasa ohene kasa o simi kotoko
it is here no you know Blackstars no and then me problem yes I can football there nke here because be one month ni
Blackstars ne haye
o mo ponte hage no na ani gen sas here na man you pick ya na ye ball 4 matches na am say share me and sound draw back na has so atiesim November has month November say
ye kwa
baby November ye month December ma me nyini November mu ni apeke ye nti ama say football no mani age kakra yes I dey announce dey na nyakra o
but Sergio, you see, until Oshe the way Nkrumah use football drive the agenda of uniting Africa and near politics. Koya ma the likes of Hinja Munya Kunya deputy CAF president and what have you. It can be betrayed say football and politics no. Oba Ghana had ya a webra. And Oshe a year political parties now. The likes of the MPP, the NDC, or more are dominating political scene since 1992. You agree with me, say? I'm manifest to be anywhere about Bonti, and as a team and be anywhere, so more can actually Ghana for or be Blackstars at on chain.
Oh, dear, Unim, Evans, you be jam no matter because you can see a cabia, if you have be an timer, AstroTurf, Ghana, timer, yenya AstroTurf. AstroTurf no senke benefit no sa time ni league enye papa sa time no na ye Ghana Blackstars enye papa nti investment e wo football mu no ebe ye e hu be won fa so because that time na Blackstars ni we mu gina mo na so no na AstroTurf no e no so nti is it ene wo de ne wo mo emayentiase is it good say e be cost we invest say de aban buy we invest in AstroTurf I say nkwada fitre akra yeti ya say nkwada idabio mu gina park so bobo but omo wia baby o say susanso ne ba ne league any ye national teams no but e ho emfa enti eye me dey because we invest e o ye football me dey investment
me question is say aka 19 days to elections Blackstars no performance to betime nya susanso bi e wo elections so ana but yenguti we bra
Assemble na ba abuontam hinin pasua so a emani etwa safie na ma ato besinu ba mo atuntumtuo ama ka bretuo ye na nanu aya mani aya adehye ba nu doti ye na na akomia se tututu ampamoto so mienu abuontam hinin na na safo de ma to so miensa ba ro hinin na na dwasen afra komoto so mienu ba ro hima agusua pani edu tutu ampam abuontam bretuo agusua pani oba pani akosua kwadu abuontam oyenu aba oba pani amadwapa awo kirapatre nuaba oba pani amase wampafo abuontam oyeba oba pani abra kwabna obapani ya Philomena awo abontem akosia ponsa wo Germany wo yeba kwakudua ewo Italy agrotume mu wo yeba owuraye adoa amoakoa ewo UK wo yeba ani opani akosi wusu ansa so mo for year say wode won ba nu betompam ya wada no a 21st November 2024 ya obekoso tunase ewo abontem ahimfie ni wa na wo ye wodoti yie no oto sa fa do for say
well, baby a Blackstars na kodru no. Now for me, Areka. Basa, Blackstars na Basa. Well, Andy Kerm, a renowned pundit, and of course also with Kesbin Sports and TV, Kesbin TV and Radio. I mean sports department. Andy Abekamensa, Andy Mwakwaba. Oh dear, young common na can yebeba so. After so Pepe Suarez, the head of sports, media general, Northern Sector, bureau, of course, Akoma FM, ono ena LED awa. Pepe Mwakwaba. Me kwana mi so me say TV3 now o twon.
Yeah.
Be mo twon baby ah.
Yeah, comment. And na sports station time waso.
Yes.
Say o ma fra, ti ma do ba so dem sorry free comment na me ko to aso sports station.
Sir John enso so host Ghana Akoma, of course. Eba no sports no so a ono so na didi akiri pa. Say Akwaba.
Oh, Emilia. You
BJC bia boko there.
Boko. The Blackstars ni nye dia. All
right, sir. Sir John microphone or man mame. Mama Sir John microphone mame. But mame shares here with Pepe. What the before sports no na binim say udi kan your politics na sana be sports no say sports na mus na dey politics no. Me question here very simple. Say ko ba say Blackstars name perform here. With 19 days to elections, you bet me nyanso so about one so.
Me that's your opinion. My encha etifo no. Now, fact of the matter is politics and sports and football e ben pa. Politics and football e ben pa. Now, the entire football and politics e ben is amani pi ai wo wiase. A football and me home. It is the reason sporting activity be because or minor ufrim no the national anthem and national flag displayed. It yaka engineer for Ghana nko hia no nko try koye a new engine bi ho adwuma ye kwa ye national anthem ho. Ye nyi flag nso ho. But anytime bia ye sports bia no ye display on micro no the flag near bon national anthem. It's sports and politics. Ubetimi amage ne baako. Now I remember reading a lot of papers and Mathieu a lot of mpanyifo so. Unim say bra na before you the 1992 constitution you buy a fourth republic no. When political activities were banned. People like Abdul Malik Kwaku Jr. Those days na omoje column in newspaper. No matter so much trust sports. We read this sports now say your politics. So to be able to communicate their political intent, they were using sports to do that. So politics there, and the sports ben pana football there, and then AI baako. Tinano a team from Israel Ekobo Europa League fixture because of the Israeli invasion of the Gaza Strip. Some people used that occasion to protest and even attack some of the supporters of Maccabi Tel Aviv or team Nechibai, just to tell the Israeli government, yeah, we are tired with you. Stop killing innocent people and all of that. Ebra, Russia, invade Ukraine. FIFA and UEFA quickly abanning from almost sporting football activities because yama or maya why invade you be krum yama mobi into football there and the politics there opening a ben pa and namso.
All right.
Again, I like where you started from. The first president of Ghana, Dr. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He had a plan to use football, one, to develop Ghana, to make Ghana get that name, and then to use football to unite Africa. And okay, Kanya was the plan of Osajifo is to form a strong local Blackstars, something that a year advocated. At that time, their friends said real Republicans. Real Republicans, Kotoko 2 players, Hartford 2 players, Susubiribi 2 players, Olympics 2 players, 11 Wise, San Boom. It became a standing national team. The only difficulty is that at a point, I've almost competing league in Ibi. The have the offer Kotoko player, Kotoko person by Monaco. But not also person we are active. It's your more started some more competing. In fact, they won league titles. But now the strong national team, a standing national team, Obobia, a Chelsea, a couple Blackstars, or one a Kobo. Or the coaches, Equatorial Brazil in Europe. He brought a Hungarian coach those days. Kofa coach for Hungary. No, I be training at the American coaches. Etibra CK Jamfi, early the Ghana, I have conmianzano. And yet by fluke, not the CK Jamfi, Equatorial Brazil. I'm not going to say, you see a coaching. Those days, it's a football policy the opening. And Cresse, a idea about quite pain. Now, with was it 19 days on to the elections?
To the elections.
Clearly, there are people they love sports. But Ghana, the swinging voters, and sports, to me, a change your margin. There are people only if you are not public, Uniska, on them quam bonnet so pa. So Busan say kwan nya obegia to say kwan nya unya Busan say ntu aba ma say oyMBP na NDC a o da bre dem fa na adwuma papa ba wa yi ba ne kwan nya ogitum say nya ogitum san ahokere wo so those people there even are they affected the life kura no and many move away from the political inclination so football would not push that person but they are the floating voters based on things that are going on. And again, how the other parties of the opposition, ever craft your message, ever to us because of the Blackstars and Monday Mono,
all right, and Kerm, where the football nature, you know everything about the game, especially Ghana, the history of our game, and all of that. We share a Nyama Echoes of Blackstars. That's about a bobo. Stadium Bema 40,000 capacity Bema ama millions ashe ewo abontain consistently the performance of the Blackstars and anything good to write home about and we are at the lowest point. Do you think say senior name kono maka hwensesa ebetimi affected the governing party?
I would say no. No to the sense that Omo Mukoto Abano. In Nipa who do say na ubusa say minister now, head of Minister of Youth and Sports no. Ubusa ubehunidi. In Nipa who do say na ubusa na National Sports Authority say penny no da no ni de say ubehunidi. Dear omo ho omo betia ne se o yesi baba yara sports stadium park ne ye enti no ye ntimi mo the World Cup qualifiers ye bebo no ho dear omo betia ne se Accra Sports Stadium yakoye event ho enti pitch na say ye ntimi mo bo ho the same thing applies to Cape Coast the nipa ne betia no but at the end of it all there are few people that will use that thing to measure the government.
Okay,
again, how many people are interested to know, say, Minister Wibabeye, Minister of Youth and Sports, no, on far policy beyond Maya, that policy no ebe pushing people at the hem of the FE. Among so timia ye bibia be football na koye. Any person in him, the omuni man is a blaster or match akoye ya kofi. At the end of it all, it will be critical and 8 people and will be able to but Senkaye change Simnima. We are talking about the national teams abiding would say national teams say national team ne perform ya what government will ultimate be platform so kase ye ya ko work up minu ye ya ko work up baako ye ba yetimi provide infrastructures ye ba yetimi the trophies ba wo check the 2 top political parties in Ghana omo de sa ni manu nyina ye but in Nipa would was say in the Bejina Sadi and so Atoba in Ghana it has always been he was sitting on the Toaba. And yes, Sana Kiasi is scrutinized in all department so far as the governance in your concern, in the sporting department of this particular government, a cause to for concern because one, and so for under 17. Now me catch say John say, obeti me about infrastructure BAB, but about the infrastructure ni na bi. Nasa under 17 coach, your fan. Nasa bosume so na ye ntuaneka, ye man allowance, ye the players co tournament, ni yakobie check achiro omo se omo bowie ya, ye de be mamu. Now 1 year, 4 months, ye mfa check them our players na. How do you expect those players to perform? How do you expect that coach to perform? Because coach now also make coach under 17 no. Or abusia, or ma, ono an kasa nso hia sika o de be hwe no. Inti obeji brown envelope. Now my players so munya ade. Inti won say Ghana first near the under 17 and under 20 identify Blackstars players. The last time I see a under 17 World Cup Ghana could be that. The last 2 qualifiers are born African, you born Ghana. Back you born Cape Coast under Pacosi Fabian and qualify. Now ya like Kenson echo you know. Or by no my team one echi. You qualify. But only the basis of our football. But under 23. Omo ko 2019 in Egypt. Omo last game na omo di omo card omo si check in ni. Nti bo di omo bo wi ya de be mam. Omo bo wi ba bedi almost 2 to 3 years. Omo fa check na mom. Na the same thing san ko happen here. No omo refi say players na no mo part of Egypt team no. The last of Danlad were part of that particular setup. Any boy ya ifrim. Nti san nyema we nyina to acho we talking about Chris Hilton na ekofa no. Clearly from the government. But Chris Hilton so where no. Be I'll be checking a profile like so. For a coach to be in the EPL, they are at least in the level no so. But the fact of the matter is a Ghana who is situation now. The Ghana ni be happen say African. Ya ko over 42 years and team in your radio, beat me ajik happen. And English coaches are not born to win trophies. But he came and he failed woefully. It is all checking from the department of the government. But I'm saying that say do see a exercise, see a franchiser. Nobody cares about the performance of the Blackstars. Nobody cares about the performance of the Black Meteors. Yes, under this government, especially the second part, the national team has been disastrous. Under 17 World Cup here and Kobe. Under 20 World Cup here and Kobe. Till date. The last time I called Olympic Games, way back in 2004. China Eko Bina and also in this Blackstars. The last time I lose to Africa Cup of Nations qualified, Kumasi in 1973. The last time I lose to game, Kumasi way back in 2000. Sa record in and you go to the level of Niger, Ombubu More, Niger More Nombubu. Niger More Nombubu. And no much me up why Ukruma Babashi 2 goes to 1. But when they take responsibility, no. Minister Crab him no na mo ye campaign on fireball ho. Tina ke to kuku Germany abayo crucial game. Ewo Libya no. Nti clearly ka o check the performance of the sport department of the government in your concern. Can so any, but I'm saying that me ma me akwa free ya o tebo anim no. O kwa koto na ba 7ta. Obi akra nka say Blackstars football match ma ehye omo. O hwe na sitinem ene de ato aba. Nti say ye wo country bia so much concern to say Brazil, Argentina, and all those things are at least in can be affect government. Magana dear, well, we need to Obiunya kakra we be an refugee. I don't think it will affect the government.
Now, young future, Pepe. Of course, I mean, Mummy Namaka said currently, dear, we hear the way the sports fraternity, especially football people, no, and here may care about even the supporters and all of that. In your bearing bia ewo yabato also. But can we say same for the future? Okay, the level of interest a man for enya ewe football, the level and kofodio makoma erem, and the fact say even the political parties no krano at the yomo campaign. I want us to delve into that before you be back the management of the Blackstars na ngasa so Pepe.
Medas na unim say ade ba kwa ye ade e okuruma na say ye de ano to ade so. Eti call any of the football people today and they will tell you football is business. Football is business. Omo kanokwa. Omo de omo kanokwa. But Ghana ye GDP total GDP saying as at 2023 budget ne total GDP mon check mam na menfanka asembisi
say boy on I researcher.
And if you get to know the total GDP of the country, now share what football bit me aye ubusa about nti share yenima the football bit my Evans with the greatest of respect, let me quote from here now more discussion now the figure if you go to UK we Ernest and Young LLP and on my higher findings I'm say the contribution of the English Premier League to the UK GDP is 7.6 billion pounds. 7.6 billion pounds contribution of the EPL and your sports in general and your football in general. Only the English Premier League. Its contribution to the GDP of the UK economy is 7.6 billion pounds contribution alone. In terms of taxes, ope sikadodoa wonum etua edema medasepa
yeah dear no.
In terms of taxes, tax revenues, the Premier League and its clubs contributed 4.2 billion in direct tax to the UK government. 4.2 billion pounds the again. It is so we are born now in year. The effect or say football, I employ the Premier League and its clubs. It generated more than 90,000 direct jobs. More than 90,000 direct jobs. The Premier League and its clubs. Indirect jobs no more ton ade fa eno no man quantify. We are direct players na ebobo no. Oko Manchester na ka say ente say hire kotoko management in patre. No more yebo no. Oko Manchester na say de oko bia the marketing department oko nipa no moti obebrebe. We mo brands department sa no. Ukaboma Premier League ni nyina employ nipa 90,000 direct. It is unclear for ball as adia yede hu sem ni aye ni ya. It has the capacity to contribute to our economy. Now ebe buama enyoma konenim. But in our situation, in our circumstance, no. Blackstars ni affix winning bonus, ni affix per diem, ni qualify for AFCON, ni J budget. They say you qualifying to be a appearance fee $30,000. You qua we win one game be $10,000. You qua World Cup appearance fee $100,000. Management members DHD GFA president $100,000. Ni achiche and no na ye adwene say ball. Unfortunately, people elsewhere are using football as a means to create jobs, to develop the economy, to boost the economy. Na yeti kroma yi. Why do you say Thomas Partey no bo EPL ni bi ni fie na hia da zo ni fie. The opportunity no nya no dey bo EPL Kudus Mohammed, Jordan Ayew, Isaac Fatau. You can go down to Ghanaian players or English tier 3, 4. What two he answer forever free because so I get £5,000 a month in bar. Change it and see the amount of money nipa ko ni make.
Oh, I find your guess on dia.
Now when under table in Becky, South Africa for realizes how omuni nipa ko UK. South Africa for maba Ghana besu abo ye how. South Africa send a delegation.
Besu abo ye wo Ghana.
Ba Ghana ha besu say dey see ball. Tanzania for suma nipa ba ha besu say dey see ball. And now ko Tanzania na ye boss Simba any Yanga. It said ye boss Madrid and Barcelona.
Nyanwa say Ghana akura Nigeria for betwe sinitwa enso na ye sini nagu.
So they come to learn from here. South Africa for under table mbeki o besu wie. And o suma nipa ko UK was ball no mu episode mu dey all of a sudden as a ball na be the driving force of the UK economy. South Africa for a buy no. And I'm going presentation chair the president say ball no is a massive investment. Na investment no ho and a day sika eba be wuram. And South Africa for say okay and he say your African player be or ya ade o the kroma. E say the destination e be the trim say if that player cannot go to Europe top 5 leagues now. So be ade wa Africa e so select a South African club over so be called Greece. Over so be called Cyprus. Over be called Belarus, Romania. This was a plan of the government. So how do we do it? We need to be paying $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. When you South Africa, okɔ South Africa players free Uruguay
Eba South Africa
South Africa bobo
wow
ɔyɛ professional footballer ɔyɛ adeɛ o free Uruguay nti Sundowns team na no they dominated the African game no go and check they had South American players in there so there was a plan ɔmo plan say football no ɛwɔ ɛnneɛma pii ebetuma ayɛ de ama ɔman no nti deɛ ne ɛnya no deɛ ɛnya no sɛ yɛmfa sika nhyɛm na ade sika no hyɛm a ɛho mfa so bɛsa aba eti naturally South African players are not talented ɔmo nya adeɛ saa but ɔmo de sika hyɛ ɔmo bɔɔl no mu ti no sɛ wɔyɛ club wɔ Belgium wɔ baabi na wopɛ South African player bi asi so na apɛ sɛ ɔkɔtɔ no a na wokɔ hɔ a ne yɛbɔ $8 million $5 million that's how much they sell the players na sika no ɛba mmɔ but me ne wo ha no kuro yi mu na no yɛfrɛ football person baako ɛwɔ ha ɔse sometimes ɔmo de player no kɔma wo free sɛ wode agye no fa na ɔnwɔ transfer fee wotɔn daagye a na wabrɛ yɛ 10% wei yɛ Kingsley Osu Akyan Agama president of Bechem United ɔse pagya player na ɔde akɔma sɛ John team no wabrɛkyi sɛ gye na fa no ade ma ne mobi na daakye bi sɛ wotɔn no a na wama yɛ 10% because ebi a daakye wotɔn na 10% no yɛbɛyɛ $50,000 na ade abrɛ na yɛ agye eti bɔɔl na ɔmo de ɔmo no aka sɛ yɛ business a mede wakɔ the examples of the UK aba Africa abɛkyerɛw Nigeria ha when they were changing their league ɔmo sɛ ɔmo kɔ register league na sɛ company Nigeria yɛ mmara da hɔ sɛ untumi mfa foreign player ntwa no ka less than $1,000
I see
ebesi nɛ eti sɛ ohun yɛ duru mmerɛ bi na Ghanaian players ɔmo run down ɔmo contract na ɔmo kɔ Nigeria ɔsɛ bonsu nom goalkeeper ɔmo kɔ a Nana Poku obi ansa no ɔmo nyina adwane kɔ onima de grontia ɔyɛ wabɔ national team da wabɔ kɔtɔkɔ wabɔ has din no wɔ soro nti ɔkɔbɔ Nigeria Heartland FC ebi atwa no ka $4,000 $3,000 ɔte kurom a sɛ nyɛ kɔtɔkɔ ne has a yɛbɛtwa no ka 2,000 Ghana cedis 3,000 4,000 na ɔbɔ Kemfaisa ɔbɔ other teams na ɛyɛ 600 timi kambo so me ngɔtwe ne mmae enti saa players ni nyina start sɛ ɔmo ewura Nigeria akɔ because yɛayɛ mmara de ato hɔ wontumi mfa foreign based player ɛntua no ka less than $1,000 it is a law a ɔmo de yɛ ɔmo ɛbɔɔ no unfortunately in our jurisdiction ebi ni ha na yɛmmɔborɔ no sɛ Blackstars na yɛyɛ target no mpo no ɛna ɛnɛm ne woteɛ yɛ a for the first time in 20 years Ghana wouldn't be at the African Cup of Nations wohwɛ graph na ɛsi ne traces ɛna ɛɛba sɛ woka a ɛyɛ sɛ wompɛ panyini no asɛm woka kyerɛ sɛ wo support obi nti na woka nti the Blackstars that played in the 2015 AFCON final at that time ne coach the former Chelsea coach
Abraham Grant yeah.
all columns go and do well and he called 2017 semis 2019 and a film run of 16 to Tunisia 2021 group stages 1 point 2023 group stages 2 points 2025 did not qualify obia onim graph no why trend analysis de biano nti anopa sɛ John Trans no frɛ already tieku a already tieku onya caricature onya bayifo asɛm no kan a trend analysis now trend is built over time when you do trend analysis now correct you are able to forecast the you be forecasting say you qualify for the next AFCON because what's your trajectory now at the end of the day say about forms are
diminishing returns
are setting and nobody is trying to stop it you can stop it but nobody is stopping it and then the diaba abedru say in a group with say group ni woman Niger Sudan Angola
and the Kerm so boomore
oh that your kasa asem na say be need obi atem a fact of the matter say Niger for no mo kro ma no dodo na no omo adwuma mo yen na say so ahwa ebi mu kura omo to spray bi aba
maybe bu say do more
nti za omo mo to spray no omo duru sandi Kerm ka no mo duru ho a no kura ade de she rims your friends ka no eyi no
bade na de she
ade na de she rim no so no nti eyi ni kura mo sa mo spray nti o hia o ka no spray bi agu de kura no no a chelsea obetuma spray ama o rim no especially the silver rim no I have eno so ye adwuma ba ko a
omo ye wa ha
eyi okroma na ene wo stadium na omo dominate omo
referee
by no mo shim samamu na ye gina ho a baby a yaba beduru ya beduru baby a unim so mo national team ni players ni num te Ghana abo Sunday special mo club
ana wie na wo kan
enti akwada na di ede Najib no ye kwa under 17 Kudus mo kwa under 17 na Danla the captain of that team no account omo club da bia okọ Monday ya bobo ya wi Monday obaduru Accra no ne Sule Muntari mo bo
Kaukudi Park na
so da bia omo bobo omo na bona national team of Niger omo say e wo Ghana ha it Ghana ye ni Niger pre 6 points Niger for 4 ye for 1 let's analyze the game the situation very well ye ni Angola pre 6 points omo for 4 ye for 1 ye ni Sudan pre 6 points omo for 4 ye for 1 in 6 games we did not record a single win. In 6 games, you share 3 goals in 6 games. That is the level I ever drew. Nobody is planning, nobody is thinking forward. And today, you call any of the football people on the catch and now, or to have your confidence catch a Ghana for say, when I cross when you walk up. Because president of the FA say, qualify for World Cup, it said the Christ will call heaven. Or said the entire Sunyam, and it's all call heaven. So the moment you qualify for the World Cup, what do heaven? And pass by what they call heaven because you qualify for 2022 Qatar World Cup. It's in Adrian.
18 teams South Africa.
Yeah, now Adrian. You call World Cup, it's a drew heaven. Meanwhile, there are countries like England, the national team, 1966, the last time we Krua. But the Omode football area was no country comes closer to them. And I just gave you the statistics. In England, Omo contribute to 8 billion pounds to the GDP. Emu 4 billion taxes. So we a footballer now beyond a certain threshold our tax no. Between 45 and 55. It is the amount of money you generate per year about 8 billion. Emu 4 billion daily. Tax at the amount no. How much? And they call Nazivia call IMF $3 billion.
$3 billion.
We are talking about 4 billion.
And on my
taxes. 4 billion pounds in taxes in the English Premier League. That is what we are talking about.
Sir John, I feel like I'm this.
When him say, and you may home, may I in situations like this, we see on the power. Pepe, a be many word. Now may try to identify yen sectors are almost contributed to Ghana GDP. Na sports nankasano. Ma go through the components, the major components. A war, you identify a war, the GDP growth, as in how are you koye football, meaning baby omo de kwese de. But omo in one of the articles I mentioned, omo de gaming be share ho baby. Say enu mumu contribute to Ghana GDP. Na ukanya ukofeda omo de betting any sa ne ma no na abeye sponsor
okay
contribute to GDP. Now ade ba ko am mention say si share the employment ewo sports say aban bi ba na say oman ye de ni ehwe football say ye ni ya I don't know football for no more honey, but the kind of employment it created the mebunu wa has say oh memua looking at nkwada wo so ya no pa omo fo boot obo hot classroom or trace be pon no akobebo. The attention is that all shall grow to a point football ba be employment e de amano na agility ska de amano, but Pepe Amamatias says until say player no obedrimi say de ne kwa akoche club bi wa abrochire na club no mom ye ton no a ansana nipa no we invest in the football no we who say or start realize be out of it e tell say o man no ye said that need direction be at my football any sports in general because and I know ye marathon wa hi she e maya ne nkwada wo mo ba ye say omba betumrika at the end of the day ye nya bibi kakra de ma bi mu de but no omunyina. The question is that see a football ni sports ni here a create employment and the economy football na ye kan wasem na no na Pepe anopa ni Pepe dis an komo no wa ha say football economy no Blackstars ekoyia oba baba era sports stadium within that period na Blackstars ebo ball from Friday to Sunday now Blackstars bebo born awie no employment and I said the economy Ghana yeah building no a year a create ho nkwana another thing because the odi slow ba benefit the ode chip plantain chips ode plantain chips eba no ono so benefit the auto slow in fact Evans who cost stadium wa your man tiri bia enye sa adwuma no mo yo but a Drew sports timer ono koto handkerchief at the bus stadium at that particular time no adwuma e create the mamobu no you see you be simple in phone tie no and I said the bia minim se Pepe moka and the Kerm moka on all platforms but the point is that say ye de ani hye ho na investment ye wo mu nya Blackstars ne kwa na ye de ko ho because penny be Blackstars onim say or qualify ko World Cup at the end of the day obenya be $100,000 a share butum that is the focus on you know but there's an economy na ye wo mu no ye betimi any opportunity ye call senior high school issue economics no near say it was seasonal employment and also football do na football no sa period no Ghana born no modern e create employment and never stadium I call ye and Accra Sports Stadium ni pe ko ask yourself say why na be concern so no numbers e be no me fa me sika nkoto handkerchief me fa me sika nkoto gam na me meto stadium na me nya bibi kakran hyem ho at that moment obi ho a oye duma mazi but football na baba Sports Stadium no onimu numbers a beba eri obegina poachi anase bebegina chiri omunya opportunity fankum but 2 hours ensu obeto anom drinks obeto anom sa ne mari nyina no the economy contribution na my economy no but who share the real sectors you identify in our GDP growth me say sports and culture ebi na me wa hai e wa Greek construction crown contribute to GDP manufacturing mining public administration services transport utilities football and sports no ehino mo de akose ehino mo de akose enti say ye kase ye football ya relieve de be brem krofo krom ha no ene abusia o maso be juo mo because ne ba ne bobo no anye shekra bo so me so ayi tua na kase 2000 3000 Ghana cedis maame no obenya kakra na like but boys be bobo ya ba mo butu ya wi mo na no sa ubesia no memfa nti we are learning I mean me omo guide here for some of us to also learn identify name bia ya dream course but you know my dream course pa
Andy so if football is not contributing anything significant to your GDP now at the same time a bus expenditure eco parliament aye bo sika no kwa na ye mashow nanu ada eco ball World Cup sika ye de call ye sika no kwa na do so China Nigeria Federal Republic of Nigeria ni sika no do so China omo na ekwan ye fa so the managers of the game especially the Blackstars fa so every sika. Now we are not getting anything from it. As a country, taxpayer, we are not getting anything from it. Now, can the government intervene and then just say, maybe we can. I said, FIFA now. Can't the government just intervene and just stop this nonsense?
Okay, the government cannot intervene. Why? Because ya fa kwa banani fikrum ha akwa akotena kata wabotai or da debi tuana kayemene duane di. In less than 2 weeks, near money $100,000. So a Blackstars management committee. One of this kind of man. It is the government. In the government, ne beden wakwa kokase. Onone kwa kopam because he's as worse at the FA. So we had the sports department of or the Ministry of Sports now. Omo budget near the kwa why the kokain. Is he not the sports minister? In Senkomo the banners almost say omo good enough to sack these people away. In Komo de buy omo figures now $8 million no metwem. Yem fama mo de $2 million mo kwa munyai. because World Cup no, we are not going to win it. We are not going to play in the quarters. You call any 3 games here we need back up. Into young conquer. Into see a players they say they are not ready to take $2 million. Omunya ko yebenya play the omako. But abana nyesa. Minister no enyesa. Omo de beko no omo so akoso omo supporters, party faithfuls. Yenya MPs, any ministers. Ye ko Morocco for under 23 black matches come to qualification for Olympic Games. Ye wa MPs omo ko bi. Na omo ko yom ko hu project a Morocco aye no. Asema minister ba ko catch players and say we dey esremo. Mo hwe ne ma na omo aye no mo hwe so mo ball. Yes. 7.9 Kumasi. Asema catch omo no. Omo no. Omo sikana FNA de basa, this is the budget. Who pays the budget? It is the president. It is the sports ministry. And I see a cast your picture say. Your cast Kumasi is good enough to host category A games. Who is in charge of the pitch? It is National Sports Authority, not under the ministry. It is. Until the minister is as worse as the FA. Until one team in your dear. Now on question FA. And I see in Ajo to Adam Kowasa. The ministry brought Chris Hilton. Until the FA na ye bi enye bia. 87.9 Kumasi. Nkum. Say ye didn't pass 7 in a quarter. Now you will be $100,000 for just 2 weeks.
700,000.
Ghana Premier League na ye bono. Sika say na daso. I'm still talking about Black Meteors. Oh, mbako tournament about 1 year 5 months and 4 winning bonus ma. Eh, chanting no omako tournament about February na 2 years. Ye da so de omoka emfo bi esi gamfa ma no. Enya amputi fo na koba ya ombesu ya. Former president mo muska no. Enti see scrutinize ya. Ministry nanka FNA ya de omunya niema yi. Ko omo the superpowers to put them on track no. Omo so ntimi ya adwuma nie. It is not the same ministry. Ena nansenya. Omo akoye accreditation na obasafo a 3 cities. Omo see accreditation kwan for the media team. I'm representing here with the All African Games, no. Come teach the any 1 month, no. And you $4.5 million.
Hey, I'm gonna do $30 million.
Where accreditation now do to your home, no. More cocoa elections now do to come 3 cities or labor hano. Almost a journalist about All African Games, no. A kaya boy for accreditation, a crest, no. And you $4.5 million. Wow. So how do you question the FA? Best of the same feathers flock together. Until who say ministry ni gu your bono and FA no so gu your bono. And you are normal say $15 million. Your boss kadin I say ya de ketu bi ne yeka. But your papa mu kira wa ma yembe so. Until nkum wo de anya wo ja akoko bi de. Da bi ba bi anyoy. Until budget na FA ne de ba no. You raise concerns say Senegal heya omu nimbo che omu ya de che omu players papa che omu fani pa ba ko pe IFN El Hadji Diouf say he is going to coordinate between the national team and the FA omu nkotie management committee bia Germany phone omu nimbo ye che omu nimbo che omu abobra che omu osika che omu fani pa ba ko pe and the person coordinate the players and the FA we Brazil for no omunim bobo place bebebe ubie TV omun kwa na gina so no omu oni pa ba ko as the coordinator or linking between the team and the Confederation of Brazilian Football. Omun ko fa ni pa 7 cars obi an koje $100,000. Ba ye yeti ha ye bo Ghana Premier League ya sponsor bi ni so but yetimi tam $100,000 makwa brane say odadem kwa onyini nti ubede na wo jai wo de no akokase obi onyeni die no wo kwa akobo na mana ni because already no wo de no onyeni. So it is the reason why the FA continue to fail because nkum national teams are yakase omo nyina performing. So we minister na say the sports assurance it should be a matter of concern. A man ko Morocco e ko wiem e cheating e ba ye fine ye $100,000. You try. So it should be a matter of concern to the ministry. But I'm saying that they are underperforming. Until better no catch FNA say omunyo omadwuma yi. Inti baby anye. It is the reason why ye game na ankasan ene yintimi mfa ensensi yebo say ahekoyi ena ya ba bedu the lowest point of our football because previous years no at least in 2004 yanko AFCON no against Uganda, against Rwanda, at least itimi nya win e Uganda. But what is the situation now? Last minute penalty and Mohamed Kudus and Timian. And yeah, if one on kwane abugu ye ball no. Ministry no na support omuso omu ye ball na ball nso gu.
My main can be my main Musa wasem. Sports journalist. We part of it.
Yeah.
Haven't you failed Ghana because Tamwa and Yeman Koye no. It didn't take a sports journalist to investigate Mwankasa Madie. It took journalists, more or less, or investigative journalists, or no, it's more inclined to politics and other social issues. I'm just sports journalist. And here I'm talking about Anas Aremi Anas. I say anytime we be any man Koye no, more sports journalist, you know. You don't rise to the occasion. To say it take an outsider. Na wa because any Mekai said there was a time when we imagine some demonstration at the management of Ghana football, and of course I mean the GFA and what have you. And that time no omuam who say omu lead no uye Obama ton China, there were other people that really they are not involved in sports or mere journalists, but they led it. Can you also shelve yourself from blame? And I'm so when you 100,000 you be intimate.
There be income. And then me sorry anopa 4. Me free 7 o'clock. Na me call lost in TV.
Aye.
Me call 2 hours oh. Me back has been be 3 hours. And then I'm see. The meeting ya na me ya no. At the end of it all, kasa na meka. I'll provide the issues, I'll provide the solutions. But the sole decisions lies at the doorsteps of the football people. And today I'm meeting me. The American say any born you. Otoado say he's not thinking about resignation, but be an address that near resignation. Me madam Otoado resign. Go to to Facebook. After 5 years of normalization, he's still referring to normalization. You Senegal and Algeria and any group in 2015. Yes, Senegal for say, and yes, South Africa. You know, Algeria last game near free Mary, now baby jet a boshe. And you call him. You call ball finals in 2015. Algeria and common Senegal and common him free. In 2019, sir, 2 nations in the ball finals. In less than 5 years, 2 nations in the ball finals, no more a group. Yeah, ball final. In 4 years, they were in the final. Algeria winning the next AFCON, Senegal won it. They got 42 years without an AFCON. But Eneke Tokreko, after 5 years, is still referring to normalization committee. Of course, you have other presenters. Yes, a problem with football. No one say football is in safe hands. And say football is not in safe hands. But what can we do? We can only provide a solution, but the sole decisions lies at the doorsteps of the FA. Income. If you see a Blackstars, you shall say Kofi. Mame one football administrator was sorry say. Or come was him. Mr. Kujofiano sorry say Curtis not living up to expectations, so he must resign. Nemkrofu edi neti so omo akopache wa ma no.
87.9 Kumasi.
The president of Ghana Football Association, the Ghana League Clubs Association, or say or share Juma Kete yena. Enkoyi wasa into on resign. Eno kokasi. Nemkrofu no mo run ga ka na trere ta koma efe ne say omo pa chaw e dia mam Mr. Kujofiano. Inti dia na metimi aye. Iti the DNA and centrifuge you betimi aye.
Ma dey send ensemu.
The DNA and centrifuge you betimi aye. Otoado. When Otoado was coming on board, Obian him say it was just a postponement of funeral. Otoado, she games or boy. Let me give you the statistics. Otoado first 2 games was against Nigeria. It was a natural enemy. And when you get to the level of playing a natural enemy, you don't need tactics. You need motivation and other factors to deliver. 2 games, in Nigeria boy, young in a match. and you qualify for the World Cup. The 2 games. You call World Cup, we play 3 games. 3 games I go on World Cup, you never copy. Your game against Uruguay, forget about Japan for say Chile national team a good nano. Almost second team near boy, penalty team the show. We went to the World Cup.
87.9.
Portugal say you lose Korea, yes, Korea. Against the Uruguay team, they have only Fede Valverde and then Giorgio Di Arrascaeta because Luis Suarez the Cavani on my embre. Almost say ye frame. Until we share competitive games with by an F5. Or we need 1 pair. Until Kadian a trigger say, yeah, point to Ado as the coach of the Blasters. And in any case, which national team the we are say? Or my coach in coach team leader. It is only Ghana. Now you fall to Ado Riano. And your son far John Pencil say. So to Ado in a bench, that's what 100 man is what. And I see a Bobo and my fan say, you need Spain and I say Italy and now France and now Brazil neighbor. Near more to add the red card. John Pencil, who is not good enough to coach a Ghana Premier League side. I'm not the coach here national team. And in the whole world, we have the weakest technical direction so far as of our football is concerned. Your coach is such a team bia. And you're dear and central for your bay. Yen team in the Shinkum, Edian proud to the qualification of AFCON. Country bia almost serious in football. And can you call group now you who see a quack of AFCON or North Africa? Nanka Yatanase, then we go back. So Africa Cup of Nations Ghana Yajia. Yajimbi nu or North Africa. That is Tunisia, and then we won 1 in Libya. But South North Africa who no say AFCON Echo Ghana in time qualify. In 1976 in Egypt and qualify. In 1986 in Egypt and qualify. In 1988 in Morocco and qualify. In 1990 in Nigeria and qualify. And you qualify Tunisia 94. Yes, I drew 2004. Not Tunisia and host tournament. We were in the group of Rwanda and then Uganda. I want to Jojo Ukunya Kigali. I want to say qualify. In 2004, there was another second coming of Bukaziza. And qualify. Eliako Egypt in 2006. And Tinkum and Kayesa Babe Corner of African dear than Corsair.
What was your boy who is
Exactly. With a different preparation. But our story in Huyana. There be Katokrakusi football is in safe hands. And he has overly achieved. And only the win. It is central for the enemy. Kasa Yani Beka. Football now quite do say you can have all the materials in the game when you don't have a good coach. You won't win. Yahoo baby. See a good coach and 8 players no man. And come on we national team. See a good coach and to quick team for cameras in so. Now on kadi open 3 players. See a coach. Have you Rene and so? Who go Bruce and so? NC. But we don't have a good coach. So we intentionally appoint a weaker coach so that we can easily manipulate. How do you blame the media for this? What have we done? The media na ya see GG players na so. Enu na ere kudu su tiri mu no.
87.9
Ah, na ball no nyere ne homo. Because Ghana for say Kudus will start at Real Madrid, he will start at Manchester United, he will start at Liverpool, he will start at Arsenal, he will start in Manchester City. And then look at Kudus Mohammed. Yampam did that union for 10 years cinema no. And yeah, what is the situation now? He's struggling in the national team. And in Central for him, come dear na ebe ye. And Central ni be na kasi nkofo utado bra utado. Na utado no yemu so mo mu efe ho ne sese nka national team ye omu team. E na omu di secretary aka nkoma fu utado. So national team ye omu team e na omu tu aka omu do sika be for fata da na job pensa. They want. But Ghana, you mock any bia. So the be obi abenya ne share. Inti how do you blame the media? Inti me yahwegum. Parky omunye ni yie. Baba Yara Sports Stadium. You 18 months near renovation. You be na 6 months near renovation bio. Maybe we are some TV that. So your renovation we are. Yes, I renovation bio. How do you blame the media for that? The at the end of it all, CCA, 30% or 30. Now the new strategy now is teams no see national team no call up no more che. Inti if ha ye de beko ha, if ha ye de beko. Unsa be say ababe do Heart of Lions. Inti you know see ento aba no. Na ba ma at least more than half of the team enyabi. Now who ye Nations FC. Near the Razak since na Blackstars and defense are waiting akosori etiaket. Who ye mediama na 3 players in the Blackstars under this management. Me know to kwan ko o manya omusika. Ene ba ko bebu obi. Obetimi asori etia keto kriku. No. Because Canada na ekotoko ne house players in the Blackstars. And now confirm to the level of Nations FC. Samates. We are Samates na ya free afu. So me ball led back for the Blackstars. Who bet me sorry or Congress as I can say petete my own farmer. Intermediate no dey na be yenkum. Intermediate share. We can't do anything. We can only go ahead, offer the solutions and express our opinion. That's it.
Pepe, I don't know whether I should call it a hopeless situation. But semi Freddy hopeless situation and not just a be brache because minimum said John your call. Baba in fact, they know me say ye to take it to crown. I say ye pevesa ko US.
Yeah.
Ye nko nastra ye try. I just say ticket net to crown senka 10 million crown dey nanke beto.
Mboto me kai pa.
Because na Sir John kwabia na also ko stadium ho. It's some 1 or 2 reasons binti. No so ko. Na me so se me ko. Na ye di ani gie ni ahokeka ko stadium na ye ba na ye ni Angola no. Ye di awerɛhoɔ na eba. Na I can imagine because me putu me ho in that 40,000 over 40,000 crown P stadium wo because baby ani e wo no na manfo atwea almost kra manya sita obubutubutu wo mo hwe match so over 40,000 and the handlers of our national team no all that they care about is money.
Mama nsa se baby a obusa se ensenchofo no kwase me wom ne se adwuma ya yeyi se John Evans obiane na adwene a ode adwuma ti no kwase me wom se ye ensenchofo ni bia de ye nyina ye discuss kura in this problem obeka cho se dabi they will defend because obi o wa or bomb pa se ye de be tukwan akọ US or bomb pa se Blackstars e be ko ba bia promise na ye de be ko bi eni nti no no so ye adwuma no ti no kwase me say some of our colleagues ebe hu blue no abeka say ohu brown obe hu white no abeka say red obe hu white abeka say black it goes on no cre but as to sense and for are to be blamed there and then obi frame no si Pepe na nti say move another step na mka say another step no say journey bia ni obetima move unless you want to commit an illegality which the law will deal with you say bia nko tado na nansa njofo abowura park so ko pejana to na twere ba bi say free akona wasa wo haye police will arrest you a physical assault
say na say won say kotoko coach no hard you the strategy be pam
talatu zoom na ali madona mo
na say zuwa hai
come ko say wo de hunu na no adware ko e wo adware ko de awon compensation
say zu
sa so na house coach na Drasco match o ye training na supporters no led by a board member ono ana de ombai no mo ye de coach no mo ka say hanye safe no mo free police ba no mo ka say hanye safe to the call to ko fie na board members ka say game no kwa ye bon Sunday no mo so be hwe bia he ombai attack o
ejete so mo di kwa
safe nti omo de nye safe na
ejete we mo zo mo di kwa
nti no kwase me won say Evans central for there ye say twro there ya no ka that is the extent we can go but baby Ghana ehia no ye gina sisia what we need is a political intervention in the game of football
no
now you do that thing with a lot of tactics so you need to be tactful when you are doing that. Let me give you the example. Ghana the first African country you dissolve GFE FIFA ambani then Attorney General Madam Gloria Kufu that lady or Leonardo ɔkɔ court no ɔka kyerɛ court sɛ ɔkɔ Ghana High Court and was football here an enterprise and go for the corruption. And per the laws of this country, untimi critique because football kai say I privately registered.
Okay.
GFA privately registered. And ya bind there. And now you are entrusted the care of our national teams in their hands. And you more muskade. And the FIFA for say essence and caneno. Sabina appointed yes, John Cotraso, John Traso 3 weeks, yes, ya pam no, Evans also Cotraso be near you know. Eti FIFA said there be sad and more. Tis said, Emma ball for Uncle Twaba near you be. Now, some run a FIFA to buy and Africa for the catch of the young baby. Because Croman said 2 minutes but didn't punish them pay. I will say Nipa 121 bin Eco Twaba. He can influence those people easily. In fact, I'll go on target job now. Or better target a group within the 120. No influence you. Kaidema, young political parties, especially like I said, it decided on electoral college, no more expanded. The reason why I say, and can any packet to because constituency chairman and secretary. Constituency chairman and secretary.
Tom easy.
Omokoya, near the Mako Sheba Binia, Coco, pictures, Bobo, Muya, what you can
tell me more.
Yes, okay. Yan all constituency officers. Eka crazy David say constituency officers in 17 grano isha entino yama polling station executives ni nyina nka ho tuba ko e bia man shas out no the entire electoral college na e ko to ba ko yi MP no omo nyina na ko to be yi the presidential candidate multiply by across the 275 na fedi asa dos kakra and this is expanded there no nti afedi ubetuma influence kra na sika na betua no e dos ro ti wudwene ho a. But football there 121 some teso Kate I proposal say the 121 na to aba na teso and February 85 so that you can be in his pocket now she botum no ama kakra Sancho for no be kasa unim and the ye manufacture stories ball for na frɛ no ama story no nipa no frɛ no de ma no o discuss ya de na hitia no asafro aye adi kwa mu ntaso no e chese panyini bi identify say meeting ye no na ne ho e na panyini say ah we dey oben pepe tie bia we na akoka say football president Richard no obusa na adana kudofia no kasa wa ha no we call kudofia no obusa panyini ye interview o kasa we sports around 6:20 no offer back offer samza my publications na mzo ya publications and that in fact that story on TV3 main TikTok account within 1 hour as an 3 million views or so.
See,
it's a coipa and unim say na Kate Africa could you yes so I interview you akoma FM e person mu say one was I am yankade problem ben oh Kenya be kase bi unim to be okohuna no it that is what they do it Evans ye nia bra ye push say ye nya nioma ye no omo ye ball no it is ye nya political intervention to say there maame no eko pie mu awo court Madam Gloria Akufu na Gloria Akufu catch high court ne say football no aye enterprise for corruption and yemu no emo mu decide say ayampa high court grantee ema ye good ball na Evans I'm telling you but we missed that opportunity because sad time na ye nya asade na see ye to ye boase na ye hye nyom ni ba de pray ho and na football for ne hadwene momfa ball mayen momfa ball mayen and ye de ma okay we need that thing again we need an authority above football we are almost FIFA beba na FIFA mbani when Madam Gloria Akufu went to court so what is a man no mra kuni akasa there is no way FIFA mra we are a sovereign state but na FIFA mra ba chan ye de
ma me master no beba
Yeah.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156
Ba Pepe yenya pani kese pa ba ko wo eya ahoma na so ti oni ne ba interview ba na fi de ho no ya to aso
Mzafanu ya chao amwakọ abade ba akoma FM so nwumre
me jozo
anwumre de yenya Blackstars and every AFCON qualifiers and on a political show. The discussion is about football and the impact in politics so any idea and you see about nearby busa. Initially, Mami, any kind of comment about Blackstars and our failure to qualify for the AFCON?
Mami charity for Namin Cafe. We knew whether was than symbolic. Mkwasi omaku omanka na nimase na we Ghana football and so ya crew na ye dia shen for football for the past 5 years and say nyakopon and I say ememre bibi samra because we are the writing has been on the wall for some time now and then I say nyakopon apa e huntu makura.
Mr. Fianu, Mami Musa, as you said, as we check it from 2015, 17, 19, 21, 23. Now, you're taking a nose diver, you see a trust ever from. Ediana, young within that Simon, I'm after the Edru Babia in a group, Niger, Sudan, Angola, Yemi try to a group.
I mean, the creed. And in the midst of all that, I'm sure another factor we step on so many tools. So the football system, I am so fragmented. The thing be pretty. A poor or another, a pushing Japadi or another, some selected shoe befa, I am media. Na omu kuana omu anya faswa ye bibi mai o sembi kan e ame di mako ani ichini amase bibi ano ichini no so ye nwa e chen so bia abobia yem se ndipa le bi yawo ewo system ntinu tan kwa o se mu kom kutu Jesu e bon pa magana no Conifer. A system failure. Only a computer because system not crash. The end is a belief not to Ghana football.
Mr. Fianu, in these trying moments, what can we do? Because who break his news way Adama say the FA president is thinking about a third term. In fact, your investigations are quite much say it is something that they are pushing to the extent that General Secretary has sent the documents quite their comma FIFA. So moment where we are Bibia Jegu. Now the people in authority are thinking about extending their stay. What can we do as a nation?
So I'm sorry. Abuchi and not some advanced countries no. A bicycle be and call a bicycle and call football. A bus at the end of the FIFA. Guana, we are accountable. But there be a bicycle woman one there. You taxpayers' money, NABS radio, or so buying sorry. In your intro, football and politics. Football is bigger than politics. Because so you can't buy and not going to say politics. Okay, I buy if you are MPP, I buy and sorry, BD. And after I buy MPP, I buy NDC, I buy sorry, BD. Football no a state property, a state asset. Your friend saying, and then I say, party back with when I'm the out.
87.9.
Baby, or so for the out. I can amount for the out. A quadron party for Obia Apalu, Obia Ghana Lidiano. Product Bank and Ghana, let me cut and the passion of the football. So it is a bit of the diagram. I believe that if you do Pepe Suarez or say kind of quite now, you could have buying. Because I want to be Faisika and Faisha Bidima Faso. Well, yeah, you were football. You know, the amount of money we spend on one qualifying match, one qualifier. Somebody chartered aircraft.
Yes.
They left here on Thursday. No,
Wednesday. Thursday. If I'm Wednesday. Wednesday.
Yes. The chartered aircraft who play the train. Yeah, Kosuno. Yeah, the place but we are not to for Biaka. Almost in a combine, or much you pay them. You know all this, you know. If I go there, and Brazil, Niger, yeah, a group five, Niger, Sudan, and Angola. Angola G 4 points from Ghana. Sudan G 4 points from Ghana. Niger G 4 points from Ghana. You know, meanwhile, let's start this crusade. Government should tell us how much we spent on these AFCON qualifiers. When yes, I go say Pescadia agenda 111. You Pescadia rules name. Let's find out how much have been spent on this Blackstars campaign. You say we are Jumana who young for so because why is Jumana? Maybe the other person can you mention master last year. Jumana o Mayama o Ghana. Wabo 6 matches. Now kita 3 points. Now on and amajo da on pillow and country on say addiction of China. On the resolution be too much as a failure. Then we have to smoke them out.
Yes. Mami Musawi, why a football at Che as far back as 1991? So I will picture me that's all TM. Na
1991 yeah, 1991 yeah, so na ma share that. So when year cmenesel FA chairman. That was when I started football.
Wow.
We were representing state traders or GFA meeting under the chairmanship of the late cmenesel at the those days City Hotel Kumasi. That was long before 91.
I see.
Like I said, I was in football when 31st December revolution by the ball not kept with Chibichi. That's early 80s.
I see. Yeah, and Mr. Fianu, so also Blackstars team we are with all your experience. Coach, you know, you say Ober resign. In fact, what you now say?
He's taking us for a ride. He beat Toshi, baby. With this result, when you want this Ober resign. And then you coach you. Every more my fun in Yano. Or someone in a judge one. Every day, when I will interview you anyway. How can I say your platform this one?
Mekaipa.
So can I say your platform this one?
Mekaipa.
News in the past, you the Jumanama Otu Ado. I don't know which your platform also.
Mekaipa.
Because this is baller.
Yes.
So
Mekaipa.
They now news in the past.
Omasa from Tado, no, yes.
Ukaya. You are not, you not be Binaka, but let me say my flashing full vehicle. Because this appointment is a baller appointment. Emma Penny B. Every time say, they see baller, and I say yes. It's a Mekaya. Because football there, you know, Fatu experience coach is quite unique. Omu baby wa, omu second can be a disaster. Now not a movies like Otuado. Now, or to be all resign over there. No, if he really resign, he wants to be sacked. And I want the people in authority, to take a serious view of the Blackstars. Now, I'm going to be here again for the Blackstars the Bomacha, you 5 cities as great process, and look at my phone call. Say, Blaster acquire something, you can't fine. all the national teams. League na ebokra. I want somebody to share with you. League papa bi ni. If you are there abano, enye kudu fi anu asem.
Openya numere da se ekira ye be expanded discussion pa numere between 3 and 6.
All right, Mr. Fiano, so any Pepe akasawa hano. Ye ba be wie na unim Dr. Amuzu, we the pennies doctor. And the Dr. Amuzu or say enye enunko an woye. What the bitters on so abedwaso. Bitters we natural herbs and our face so organic flavors and what just say what put it together. What can pa and now or they aye bitters we. Na he utina yo ya or di na fa show so and I be a